Fit in 10 Nation, it is day 12 of the Fit in 10 Challenge, so we are nearing that 2-week mark, 1/5 of the challenge in, and things are moving right along. You guys are the first to hear this. We are going to start, we're going to start 6, that's a total of 6 small group classes next week, all right? So it's going to be basically 6 people per class. We'll send out the details on that. We have a plan to keep everybody socially distanced. And yes, in terms of the Vancouver district, gyms are allowed to be open. We just have to social distance and take the right precautions. So I'll send out details on that shortly, okay? But I thought I'd give you a heads up. All right, question. Okay, well, speaking of classes or weightlifting, because that's what we'll be doing these classes. Should I be, this person asks, should I be lifting or just doing the online workouts? Well, okay, so the short answer to this is do the online classes, just because you're going to get that proper guidance. You're going to have somebody overseeing you. Obviously, it would be better if you could weight train. Well, I don't want to say it's going to be better. It's not going to be better for the challenge, but I'd like you to weight train. And I'll talk about that in a future video. But for the sake of right now, just do the online classes, okay? All right, getting your heart rate up. Tips, how do I get my heart rate up? Some people are saying they can't get their heart rate up fast enough. Okay, so what you have to do is incorporate something where you put in more resistance. So like if you're on a bike, you just, and you crank up the resistance level, your heart rate's going to jump up, right? So if you crank, well, you obviously maintain your RPMs, right? The speed at which you're pedaling, and you crank up your RPMs, you crank up your intensity. That's going to make it that much harder, and that's going to demand that much more energy. And as a result of that energy demand, your heart rate has to go up. All right. If you want me to speak about that more in detail, I can do that in a video. Just let me know. I'm just going to keep this really, really simple. You need to do things which will incorporate more resistance, okay? So, like I just said, increasing the resistance on a bike. Walking upstairs, so you're carrying your body upstairs. That's going to elevate your heart rate much more than simply walking on a flat surface. Walking and jogging, or going from a walk to a jog. But that's not really good. That's not really a good example of resistance. Using your body weight as resistance, all right? So burpee, because you're using your body, you're going up and down off the ground. All right, so you want to think about things where you have to incorporate more resistance in a small unit of time, okay? It's the movement with the added resistance, okay? So generally speaking, that's how you get your heart rate up, all right? I don't suggest doing sprints just because a lot of people get injured doing sprints. So, but you could do jogs or something up a hill. That'll get your heart rate up much quicker than obviously jogging on a flat surface. Okay. All right. If that didn't make sense, or you want some more clarity on that, let me know. This person says, I am under calories by about 100 to 150 every day. But okay, I'm paraphrasing what this person said, but I feel like I'm going over anyhow. So I feel like that. So basically they're going under. I'm assuming they're measuring everything out. They're going under, but they think they might be going slightly over. Okay, so don't bother playing these games. Just measure, okay, or don't bother thinking this way. Just measure everything out as best as you know it and count it, and that's it. Don't try to second guess and then, have less because you think you're doing more. Just go with the numbers and stick with that, okay? Okay. This person says calories are not always accurate, especially MyFitnessPal. Okay, you mentioned that I said that calories are not always accurate. I don't know if you're talking about I don't know if you're talking about just in MyFitnessPal. I'm assuming you're not because you said especially in MyFitnessPal. So I'm not quite sure what you mean when I said that calories aren't always accurate. In relation to what? I'm not really sure. Maybe mean labels on food. They should be pretty accurate. Okay, they should be really accurate, really. Food labels. But let's just talk about MyFitnessPal. If it's MyFitnessPal, go with the green check mark beside the food. So when you click, if you type in like salmon, okay, and then you hit enter, and you're gonna get a whole listing of salmons. Look for the ones that have the little green check mark. It's a little box that's green. I think the check mark is white. Okay, those have been referenced to be accurate. So just be careful whether the food is cooked or not. Okay, that's the big thing because that will change things. All right. In terms of other things being inaccurate, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. Maybe you can clarify that with me. How are we doing for time? 6 minutes. Oh, I didn't fully answer your question. How do you count calories? How do you count calories? Well, the calories, don't bother counting your calories. Just count your macros, okay? So enter all your food in MyFitnessPal. Again, try to use that green check mark, that quick green, the foods that have been verified. Put them all into MyFitnessPal, and then you can look at your overall macro. You can look at your overall macro distribution for the day if you just click on the calories at the top. Okay, your calories it'll show like your calories. It'll say like suggested calories, but your real calories will show up at the top. Just click on there. It'll take you to another little page, and it'll show you your macros. It'll break down your total macros for the day. Okay, so you can take a look at how much protein, carbs, and fat you've had for the day. And the calories are right at the top. Okay? Okay, message of the day. You get exactly what you put in. You get exactly what you put in. And this is so true. All right? If you do the work, you'll reap the rewards. And this goes for pretty much everything. All right? So just put the work in. Be consistent. Okay? I'm telling you like I've never told you before. I've told you this before, but I'm going to keep telling you this. You need to be consistent because I've seen it so many times. People are doing things right sometimes or a lot of the time. The problem is they're not doing it all the time, and that's where it can become very frustrating. Okay, especially if you go by memory because you're going to feel like you're doing good all the time. You need to be consistent all the time. Okay, or like 95% of the time. All right, so if you're going to give yourself one reward meal per week, you can, so long you've been perfect or near perfect for the rest of the week. Okay? It's these inconsistencies that will add up through the week and make a big difference, all right? So be as consistent and as accurate as you can be with your foods, all right? You get back exactly what you put in, and it's so true. Okay, submit commits, positive energy, positive vibes, give some gratitude, believe in yourself, and I'll talk to you guys all very soon. Day 12, approaching 2 weeks. I'll send out that class email very shortly. By the end of tomorrow, you'll get an email about it, okay? We'll talk to you guys all very soon. See ya.